Hi. Welcome back to Porch Parties.
God, you're so annoying sometimes.
Am I really?
Yeah, in classic fashion. Kicking it off.
And it's not even Annoying Sunday.
Ugh.
I miss Annoying Sundays, by the way.
No, we do not miss Annoying Sunday.
Why?
Because, I don't know.
You don't know?
I've seen that same monarch butterfly fly all around.
I know.
Today.
Like,
It's
I was
really
sitting out here
cool.
with Layla earlier, and she was mesmerized.
I know.
by
She got close, that little monarch butterfly.
Yeah. Oh, we're just not calling it a butterfly. We're going monarch.
It's
we got to make sure that
specific.
we get this specific type of butterfly.
We should call her, we should name her.
The butterfly?
Anyways, welcome back to Porch Party.
Porch Party.
Yeah.
Episode dose?
Yeah, 1.5/2
Or deuce.
because
Deuce.
we're picking up where we left off, which was
And
our
we're-
engagement.
Yes, our secret engagement.
Our secret engagement.
What was our secret engagement?
Only Ross knew.
Really? None of your friends knew?
No, I mean, he called him that night, and you were
Yeah.
like, bro, I'm
Yeah,
engaged.
yeah.
I think he was like, how did it go? And you're like, well, I'm engaged.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there was no ring.
I had no money.
That's true. You spent it all on gas and cigarettes.
Yep. Yep, I did.
I got a winner.
Yep.
Just kidding. I did.
Mr. Marble Man.
I won the lottery. So, what happened after that?
Well, I had to decide, well, how is this going to work? And so
That was November of
98.
Damn.
1998.
Yeah.
Yes. November of 98. So I come up with this idea that I'm going to move up there and do the one thing that I hated the most, which was go to school, go to college. I made it a semester.
That was your idea or my idea?
No, it was mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Like, you could not come to me. Like,
No.
I had, if this was going to work, I
Yeah.
had to move up there.
For sure. And not because I wouldn't have gone. I would have gone, but
You had no means to do it.
yeah, and I also like had crazy
Crazy.
I mean,
what?
I had rules. I had a curfew of 10 when I was 18.
Yeah, when
or
you were living with your
17.
grandma and grandpa.
Yeah, I mean, I was like 10 p.m. and I had to be in the door.
I think when I moved up there, they moved it to 11.
I think I had to beg.
Probably did. Yeah.
You had to earn some
Yep.
trust, I'm sure.
Yep. So here I am, 18 years old. No, actually, to take that back, I just turned 19. 19 years old. And I basically tell my dad and my stepmom, who I was living with at the time, that I'm going to move up to Sacramento and go to a junior college. And live in the dorm.
And they said,
Kind of, it's like your life. How are you going to figure out
What?
to do it? I had 2 cars at the time, so I had my old truck that I basically sold for like about $1,000, and that's what got me and then I got a part-time job working at Nordstrom in the interim. So like from like the whole month of December that year, I worked at Nordstrom at the men's fashion wear portion of Nordstrom.
yeah, and boy, were you proud. Because I remember you were like, I know how to fold clothes so good.
Yep.
But-
When I
No,
do laundry,
no,
because I know I
no,
don't do it a lot.
No,
When I
no.
do laundry.
no. You do not know how to fold. You fold like you did back then, except I think you used like a folding board and they were pristine.
Yes.
But now you just flop things over. And
I probably,
fold them
when I
up.
worked there, I probably would fold
Jeez.
300 to 400 articles of clothing a shift.
Yeah, but I don't, and that's great. But I don't want you to
Hey,
tell me now that
I
you
ain't
know
hanging
how.
my hat on. That's like it's a hidden talent
You
of mine.
said even when I do fold my laundry, I still know how to fold. No,
I do. I still know the process of which they taught me how to fold. It might not be 100% accurate, but it's still the very same process of how they showed me how to do it the Nordstrom way.
Okay.
Okay. we could get a table out and I could do it. Like, I'll show you. That's how they taught me how to fold.
Okay. Next.
Next. Why are you discounting it?
So you worked at Nordstrom.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I worked at Nordstrom. Saved up enough money between that and selling my truck, and then that following January, I moved up to Sacramento and moved into the brandly refurbished dormitories.
Yeah, and what's cool about this, the reason this junior college even had, this is a fascinating side note fact, but the reason that community college even had dorms, because most don't, was because that used to be back in the 80s and early 90s. That was the training facility for the San Francisco 49ers.
The San Diego 49ers?
Sorry, I forgot where I was. San Francisco 49ers. So they would practice at
and that's where
Sierra
the players...
College, which is where we went. Mm-hmm. And then they had dorms for their summer camps or whatever that they were doing. Yep. And didn't somebody like scratch something into your...
Yes.
Wasn't there something in your bed or your bunk
Steve
or
Young.
something?
Yeah.
Steve Young.
Yeah.
You slept on Steve Young's
I did. I
bunk?
slept on Steve Young's bed. In the
Yeah, I
dormitory.
remember that was like...
I mean, probably not the mattress, but the bed frame.
Could you imagine? The mattress.
Gross.
I mean, it probably felt like that because, dorm
No, I had a brand new mattress.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, the whole place had been completely
that's true.
refurbished.
It was all refurbished.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
that was still in the...
Moved up there.
Yeah.
Started going to school. Got a job at...
I got 3 jobs, didn't you?
No, I had one job in the beginning.
Okay.
Which was... Well, actually, no, you are right. My first job was at the cafeteria, working Friday nights. Remember that? I worked at the freaking JC cafeteria. And then they only had me working on Friday nights, so I had to get another job. Yeah. So I got a job at this place called Belt Buckles of America.
Yep. Mericraft Pewter. Buckles of America.
Yep. That's how they would answer the phone. Mericraft Pewter, Belt Buckles of America.
Yep. And, I actually was looking them up to see if they still...
I would imagine they're probably not around
not.
anymore.
They're not. Or they probably sold and...
No, Amazon probably gobbled them up.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
God, every time I get on here, I feel like I have stuff on my face and my eyes, like the fuzz or something. It's like makes my nose itch, makes my eyes itch.
I wouldn't know. I don't have that problem, so I'm good to go. So I work and then I'm working that job and the cafeteria job on Fridays, and then I'm trying to go to school at night and see you at the same time.
Yes. You were a busy bee.
Which was impossible.
Yeah.
So I think I actually went to class for probably maybe 8 weeks of that semester and then didn't do anything.
Yeah.
No. I just wanted to be with you. And then, I mean, at that time, like when I moved up there, we didn't know that your grandmother was going to get sick the way that she did.
Right. Yeah, because around November and December, she was starting to have like pain in her shoulder. Mm-hmm. And my grandparents were very healthy. I mean, they were very health conscious. And my grandma always said if she knew that she was going to get as sick as she did, she would have ate more French fries. Because we had to share French fries when she'd take me to dance when I was growing up. We'd get one of those chicken sandwiches from Burger King because it was right by the dance studio when we were done. And then we'd get the value meal, which I'm sure was like $5 back then.
That was probably cheaper than that. It was probably under $1.
No, it wasn't that cheap. I don't think it was $1.
Yeah,
dollar for the whole value meal with the fries, the Coke, and the sandwich.
1998. Yeah.
Yeah, not $1.
Yeah, I bet you it was about $1.
We need to have someone.
Yeah.
Look that up.
Michael.
In 1998, how much was a Burger King chicken sandwich value meal? So, anyways, we would do that, and we would half the sandwich. And half the fries. Like, we didn't... And how much?
In 1998, how much was it, what?
A Burger King chicken sandwich value meal. Was it called a value meal?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But yeah, and they weren't poor.
Thank you.
The whole value meal?
Yes.
It says, in 1998, Burger King's value menu, which included the chicken sandwich, was priced at...
No, with the fries and the drink, the combo meal or whatever. Okay. The sandwich by itself, I can imagine, was 99 cents, but not the whole meal.
Yeah, it was around $1.
That 99 cents is $1.
Yes. Yes. It was definitely not $5. I can tell you that much.
$3.99.
Okay, this says...
Can you talk in the mic?
I don't have the mic with me.
Oh.
While this likely included some smaller or individual items, it's possible that a combo meal with a chicken sandwich, fries, and a drink would have cost slightly more than 99 cents.
Thank you.
Whatever. Okay.
Thank you.
I will
99
find
cents.
the exact amount because you will not be right.
Based on this, if Burger King chicken sandwich combo meal in 1998 would likely have been somewhere in the range of $2.99 or slightly higher.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Not
So
$5.
Okay, but not 99 cents. Anyways, so it wasn't that my grandparents were poor. It was just that they were calorie conscious. It was Diet Coke. It was
Yeah, I know.
like
Your grandpa,
Snack Wells.
Your grandpa's still like that at 90 years old.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, so yeah, she said if I would have known I was going to get sick. So she was diagnosed with cancer in March.
No.
And died in
February.
July. Nope. March and died in July.
That was quick.
Yep. It was very fast.
Yeah.
Very traumatic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by the time because they couldn't figure it out. They're like, well, you have nothing going on in your shoulder. And so because that all started right there and she exercised and did all the things, it was like nearly impossible to find. And they found it in her colon of all places. You know why? Because she would never do the poop test. So this is your PSA. Go do your poop test because you never know. So
Yeah.
no pain in her colon, but by the time they found it, it had spread basically everywhere. And then that's what they found in her shoulder that was causing her like bone pain.
Yep.
So anyways, yeah. So that was traumatic.
Yep. So that whole year or that whole semester was like a blur. Basically, I dropped out of school. I ended up getting another job because I completely got my hours cut at the cafeteria. So then I worked for Belt Buckles of America, and then I worked nights at this place called Sports Fever.
Yeah, and then because you dropped out of school, you had to move. So you had to get an apartment.
Oh, wait, I moved. They let me stay until the end of the semester, and then I got an apartment right before you had to go move to Missouri because your grandfather was selling his house and moving and making arrangements because your grandfather
Which is
was
just
dying.
crazy that you were... Yeah, you were 19 by then because you turned 19 in October.
19,
and so that's just crazy that you...
Moved into my first apartment at 19.
Yeah.
$410 a month.
I should have known you were so motivated.
Yeah. Well, I remember I stayed in SAC, like, not even knowing when you were coming back or even if you were coming back.
Yeah.
Like, I literally was like, you're like, yeah, I'm going to come back when the next semester starts. I have to go live with my mom for the summer. And,
Yeah.
you know, your mom
Yeah.
was probably at the time giving you the full court press on you don't want to marry him. You don't want to be with him.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Too young.
Yeah. So what happened when you were in Missouri?
Well, and that's a lot of that has to do with the fact that she got married when she was 18 and had a baby at 19 and they were divorced in 8 months. So
yeah, she was super protective.
yeah.
But she also didn't know me. I mean, the one
Yeah.
time, I think the very first time I met her was in Sacramento, and your mom had come out like a couple weeks before your grandmother had died
Yeah.
to be with her. And so that was the first time that she had met me, and she was...
Yeah, and then she was in a sore spot because her mom had just died. I mean, it was a
getting
mess.
divorced.
It was all a mess.
Yeah.
It was all a mess. Like every odds totally stacked against us, for sure.
Yep.
And not only just family drama and trauma, but age is huge because I know when you get like you turn 18 and you're like, I'm an adult and I can make decisions for myself and like all these things, but in reality and truth, you're really not. You're really not of a cognizant in a good cognizant place to be making lifelong decisions.
No, it was more in the immediate. You were thinking like not in years down the road. You were thinking
No, I
weeks,
never.
days,
I never
weeks, months down
looked
the road.
further down the road ever. And I still am not great at that. I mean, I still jump in and learn how to swim. I like,
Yeah.
and then if I don't like it, I get out. Shake it off and move on to something else.
Yep.
But, when you're typically 18, you're graduating high school and then you're making a decision about going to community college or regular college. And those are all decisions that you can change. And I think I just never thought, I mean, I'll be honest, like in the beginning, I probably felt like, well, if this doesn't work, then I can just get divorced because that's all I ever knew.
Yeah.
And then realizing further on down the line that D word should never come into play because you always leave yourself a way out. And if you leave yourself a way out, then most likely you'll take it.
Yep.
So,
Yep. And then we were definitely forced by you having to come back from Missouri to California.
yeah, I loved you. I wanted to watch
4th of July fireworks.
fireworks with you on the beach.
And then so what happened when you told your mother that?
I got dropped off at the airport with my luggage.
Yep.
Sayonara.
Yep. And then your mom called me and said, hey, well, I hope you're happy you got your wish. I just dropped her off at the airport. She's flying to Sacramento. And I was like, I'm here waiting for her.
Yeah. Which I think probably in hindsight, I mean, it's not like great that she did that, but it also put fire and determination in my belly, you know?
Oh, yeah, because then
I was alone. I was on my own then.
you were literally on your own. Your grandfather had moved.
Yeah.
So he wasn't in Sacramento.
Right.
Most of your family was out
my
of
aunt
California.
had moved. Yeah, I didn't have any family there anymore.
And we're both up in Sacramento. Like, I know, like, just a handful of people that I had just met by moving up there, but I didn't have, like, any friends.
We only had each other.
Yep. And then we worked.
Yep.
Yep.
At the mall.
We worked. Yep. I worked at Belt Buckles of America during the day, and then Sports Fever at night.
Yep.
And then you worked at the mall, and
I worked in Victoria's Secret.
Yep.
And literally, I have such vivid memories of like I would ask to man the front room. Like back then, also there were way more salespeople on a floor at a clothing store that there were like 1 to 2 people in every room at Victoria's Secret, right? Because you like walk through the different rooms. I mean, we were always fully staffed. I was in one of the highest volume stores
in that area,
and I would always ask to man the front room because Sports Fever was diagonally across upstairs, and you'd walk around the front, and I'd walk around the front, and we'd be like, "Hey, babe, babe." Like, blow kisses.
Yep.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yep. And then by chance, that like end of that summer, my sister was at a camp at the church that I used to go to, and she was like, "Yeah, come visit me. I haven't seen you in a while, so you and I go and visit." And there's my old youth pastor, and he's literally one of the reasons why I got married.
Yeah.
Like,
so because we were both raised in Christian homes.
Yes.
Even amidst all the divorce and trauma.
Yep.
That's crazy. Like, that's a whole other topic to talk about, but Christianity and
Yep. So we were living together, and then I end up having a conversation with
Let's go back really quickly to what furniture was in that little apartment.
I had
when I came back to visit.
Yep. My dad was in the Middle East and sent my stepmom and my sister and my brother, who was probably like a year old.
Yeah.
In a loaded truck
with Peter, right?
Yep. That had
the dog,
their corgi dog, that had like a dresser, my twin bed, a couch that had a high-def sofa.
Yeah.
And then I had like a 14-inch color TV.
And big old speakers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I always had speakers.
Yeah, but like Angela-sized speakers.
Yeah. I had, speakers.
And then all your trophies.
Yeah.
And your ribbons. That was your decor.
Yep.
I remember like you thumbtacked into the wall to hang your medals and ribbons.
Hey. I definitely am not an interior decorator.
No.
No. Yep. No, the place definitely needed a woman's touch, for sure.
But let's go back to the twin bed.
Yeah.
So, I walked into that apartment and I was like, holy shit.
Yep.
We're going to be spooning.
Yep. I think that lasted like 2 nights, and then we moved to
the high-def sofa.
The high-def sofa on the couch.
And that wasn't any better because that literally, that was terrible.
Sofa bar.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then you had to make it and push it in every day. And but that's what we did. I remember going to the thrift store and I bought a vacuum. It was bright orange, like the color of your baby bottle lid right there. And then Malia was like, oh, actually, I don't even think that happened until after we got married, actually. She bought a dining room set from Target or
that was
Kmart.
Actually, that was a wedding present she got.
Kmart.
Yeah.
It was like
$55. Yep.
It was rickety.
We had nothing. Like, we literally started our marriage with nothing. Like, there was no anything.
Mm-mm.
So let's get to the marriage. So I see Brian Wilson, who's my youth pastor, and he starts asking me about what's going on in my life, and so I'm literally like talking to him, but I'm not telling him that we're living together. And he kind of like stops and looks at me and goes, I'm not stupid, Mike.
Yeah, that's like not something you do.
I know you guys are living together. I get why you're living together, but I still don't agree with it.
Yeah.
He's like, if you're going to live together and be an adult, you should get married and be an adult.
Yeah.
And like,
well, and I was hearing the same thing from my mom.
Yep.
She said,
shit
verbatim,
or get off the pot.
Shit or get off the pot. Why
Yep.
are you playing house?
Yep.
And I was like,
so then we get to that fateful day of September 15th.
Yep.
I think that was
by this time I was working not at the mall. I was working with an adoption agency. I was like, I started out in the front desk being a receptionist in the ghettoest part of Sacramento, and then
but this was
I loved that.
But this was also a rare day that we both had off.
Yeah.
So we were both at home. We didn't have to work that day, either
Yeah.
one of our jobs, but it was a weekday because I know it wasn't a weekend. And like I think you went to the video store and we rented a movie.
Yeah, Forces of Nature with Ben Affleck and
Sandra Bullock. Yep. And like halfway through that movie, you're like, you know what? And I'm like, what? You're like, we should go get married.
Do you want to go get married?
Yep. And I was like,
now?
Are you serious? And you were like, yeah, let's
just do it.
Let's just do it.
Again, classic Angela.
Yep.
Jump and figure it all out later.
Yep. And I know I just wanted you. So if that's how it was going to...
So cute.
That's how it was going to go. I'm like...
Let's just do it.
Okay. I'm like... And then I'm like, where? And you're like...
I don't know.
And mind you, this is like internet's just basically starting, so it wasn't something...
Oh, we for sure didn't... We wouldn't even be able to anyways. We didn't have a computer. We didn't have... Our cell phones were like flip phones.
Yep.
So we would have to go to the library to use the internet.
Yep.
Which wasn't going to happen either.
Yeah, and then so...
I couldn't afford a library card.
And then so somehow, I don't remember how we landed on Reno.
I don't either. I don't know.
Maybe you got the phone book out and called some places or something? Because I knew before you left to go to the mall to go shopping that Reno was where we were going.
Yeah.
And like you called Malia and she couldn't
maybe
go.
she told me.
Maybe it was Jumana or I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe Jumana was like...
Jumana told me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to call her and ask her.
She won't remember probably.
She'd remember that.
Maybe. I bet it was her. Yeah, or TC and Scott or somebody. I mean, I'm sure we asked somebody.
Yeah.
We could have asked our neighbor with all the cats.
And then you're like, okay, we're going to do this. We don't have good enough clothes to get married in.
Yeah.
So I'm going to the mall. So you literally leave, go to the mall. I'm sitting at the apartment going, oh my gosh, I'm going to get married tonight. Like, this is actually going to happen. Truth be told, I did not think one bit about my dad or my mom's reaction at the time.
Yeah.
Like I was literally
either.
Like I wasn't even anxious driving there. It wasn't till we got there when I was like, holy shit. Like this is going down.
Yeah.
And again,
I don't even recall thinking.
Before GPS and stuff in cars,
Yeah.
we didn't know how long it was going to take us to get there.
I wonder how we got the directions for that.
We probably looked it up on a map and figured out how to get there.
Maps. I forgot about those.
Maps. And that's how we probably got there. And then we got there, and there was like 15 minutes to spare. So we literally had to go, and your friend Jumana and her boyfriend, JD.
Yeah, Justin, JD.
Yeah, JD.
Or according to our marriage certificate, Justini.
Yeah, our witnesses.
Because they spelled his name wrong.
Yep.
But if we waited to fix that, then it would have been too late.
Yep. And so we literally get to Chapel O Bells, right?
Chapel of the Bells.
Of the Bells in Reno, Nevada, in the middle of the night. And they're like, we have got to get you to the courthouse before midnight. Like,
yeah.
Normally we have more time. They literally put us in this limousine, drove us to the courthouse.
We were in a limo?
Yeah, a white limousine. Drove us to the courthouse. They had the clerk there waiting.
Yeah.
Get our marriage license, get everything signed and everything that we need to do. And then they whisk us super fast back to the chapel to where we the door opens up and we walk in, and there is the minister, female minister,
Ministerette.
hunched over, burning a heater, like literally
Yeah.
smoking a cigarette in the room.
So old and wrinkly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, we're walking down the aisle, and I mean, we still joke to this day. The first thing that she said was, "May we pray." And she delivers some prayer, and then I'm literally standing there looking at you with the worst haircut you probably ever had.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Looking back on that, you are very lucky that I married you with that hair.
Boo, that's mean.
That was probably the worst haircut.
Okay, we can move on from that.
I would say it's either that
Let's talk
haircut
about my
or
black velvet dress.
or the Megan Mullally haircut.
Okay.
Yes, and you got married in a black velvet dress.
Yeah, because it was $5 Contempo casual. I could afford $5.
And I had some khaki pants on with a white collared shirt with a tie.
Yep, and I think we still have that tie to this day hanging in the closet.
Bleach blonde hair with
Frosted tips.
frosted tips.
Frosted tips.
Yep. And I think our whole...
So handsome.
And we were so poor that we could not afford the video package.
I think we had $99 left on the credit card.
Yep. Maxed it out.
Yep.
And literally, I think we have 6 or 7 total photos of the whole
Yeah, and
thing.
they're terrible because they were from a disposable camera.
Yeah. So the quality is...
But we did have Jumana blowing bubbles.
Yes. Jemima
That was
bubbles.
very important for
Yep.
her to blow the bubbles.
Yep. And then we're like literally walking out, and I'm like, holy crap. Like, we just got married.
Yeah.
And then what proceeds to happen?
I threw up all the way home because I got car sick.
And what else did you get? Got a migraine.
Oh, yeah. Well, I probably threw up from the migraine because I had migraines back.
Yeah, so you were like the first
I was
2
a hot
days
mess.
of our marriage, you were
Yes, I was sick and I had to stay home.
Yep.
But then when I went back to work, I think for some reason, I think that I didn't have the day off. I think I left early. Was like, I don't feel good or something because you had the day off.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to hang out with you. Because when I went back to work, I remember, I can like still see the guy's face.
You got in trouble.
I got in trouble because I had to redo paperwork because I had a new last name.
Yep.
And he was like, oh, so you were sick and you left, but you came back with a new last name, like a total prick.
Yeah.
I remember being in trouble for that. So I bet
You left work.
I
early that
left
day.
work early and
'Cause I
called
had the
out
day off.
because, I knew you had the day off and wanted to hang out with you instead.
Yep.
And look what happened. It was meant to be.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
that was an adventure.
Yep. So then we had to tell our family.
Yeah.
Do you remember how you told your mother?
No, I think I said I shit.
Really?
And, yeah. So I have to tell you, I shit. Remember when he said shit or get off the pot? I went ahead and shit and I got married. To which she was like, I can't believe you did that. And probably said some other profanities and then basically disowned me for like 7 months or something.
Like not talking to you at all.
Yeah,
Like,
not talking to me at all.
Yeah.
And I don't want this to like paint my mom in a bad light.
No.
Because as a parent of a 16-year-old girl or who's almost going to be 16, I cannot fathom the idea of her like marrying somebody we barely know, going off in the middle of the night. Mind you, I was living, I mean, I had to like raise myself at this point, but like, I think I would be so hurt. And I think my mom back then in that way, she also had 2 younger kids and had just gone through a divorce and just had my grandma die. And like, there was a lot surrounding her feelings and emotions. So this was just like, I'm surprised it didn't send her into a midlife crisis at that point. Cause she was probably my age. And I just don't, our son also went off to Vegas and got married. And I persuaded him. Mind you, he was in the military and the circumstances were definitely different. But I remember feeling like whatever I have to do to persuade him to include me, because I would have been so brokenhearted.
Which, the persuasion was me calling him and having a conversation with him.
Well, I appreciate that because it was
I knew.
very important for me to be there.
No,
So
trust me.
so on the flip side of that, I can now look
Yes.
back, even though at that time I was like, what a bitch.
But
Sure.
when I had the conversation with our son before he got married, and they were at the time adamant about not having any witnesses or anybody there,
Yeah.
I told him
That was like a big regret of
one of the
ours.
biggest regrets we had is
Yeah.
what we should have done is we should have told our family, like, we're getting married and we want you guys to be a part of it. And they would have.
Well, I think that we did tell them because I remember we went and looked at places or whatever, but I don't think they took us seriously.
No, nobody took us serious.
So I think if we would have been
if-
listen, Linda, like,
yes, if we would have said, we are getting married on this date,
yeah,
we love all y'all to be a part of it.
yeah.
And if you
But
don't
I
want
think
to
because we didn't have that support, we felt like we had to do it.
No, we were both from broken homes. Like,
Yeah.
my dad got remarried. My mom, I didn't grow up with my parents from 13 on, and we just didn't have like a traditional family
Right.
like support system.
Right.
It was still, I guess you could say, in the beginning stages of mending.
Yeah.
Because like now things are way, way better.
Right.
So much time's passed, and my parents can be in the same room together and stuff like that. But at that time, no,
Right.
it was definitely not a fun time.
Yeah. Well, all that to say is that my mom's a good
Yeah,
mom.
no, I love your mom
And,
to death. And,
yeah.
yeah, it just
And we were single for 10 years before my sister came
Yeah,
along
so
and
you
she got
guys
remarried. So
were
I think
super
it just
close.
felt like such a stabbing to her that she just didn't know how to handle or process that. And so, and again, like, hindsight's 2020. I know that she would do it all different. But at the same time, that led us to have to figure things out because we only had each other.
I would say, like, probably each phase of our marriage, like, that was like the first phase, that was like a buck up or shut up. Like,
Yeah, for
like
sure.
you have to
Be a man.
Yeah, I remember calling my stepmom one time when we were about to get our phone shut off, and she just was like, "I'm not giving you any more money. Like,
Yeah.
you have to figure this out."
Yeah.
And so we did. And,
Yeah.
I mean, my dad was in the Middle East when he found out, and I had to talk to him on a sat phone at like
Yeah.
3:00 in the morning, where he calls me and it's like, "Hey, I heard you've got some news. Your stepmom says you've got some news for me. What's going on?" And back then, when you talked to somebody on a sat phone, there was a delay.
Yeah.
So you would literally deliver the message, and then you'd have to wait 5 seconds, and then
The
you would
worst.
get their response.
Yeah.
And so when I called him, I literally told him, "Oh, I got married," and I had to wait those 5 long seconds that felt like years,
Eternity for sure.
forever. And I would probably say, out of everybody, my dad took it the best.
Yeah.
Like, he was kind of like,
I feel like your dad's always been somebody who can kind of take bad news or not that it was bad news, but like hard news. And he's really good at that. My
Yeah.
dad too.
yeah,
I think my dad was pretty,
yeah,
he wasn't necessarily stoked, but he wasn't like mean about it or rude or
yeah. And I'm not saying that everybody, I mean, at least on my side, everybody, I'm sure there were like lots of side conversations that were going on that my ears never heard.
yeah.
But, they were as supportive, I think, as you could be. I mean, to the point where they convinced us to move from Sacramento back down, and my dad got me a job.
Yeah. And they were always very kind to me. They never treated me like a hussy or like I'm trying to wife you up, or like they were always your mom and stepmom threw me a bridal shower.
Yeah.
And I mean, they were always,
And then eventually,
they handled it all very well.
Eventually, like a year later, your mom did the same thing for us.
Yeah.
So it just took
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
some time to come around to this. Oh my gosh, like, these two are married. So so we get married. We stay in Sacramento like a couple more months, and then, my dad basically calls me one night and goes, what are you going to do? Work at Belt Buckles of America in the mall for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Like, you're married now. You got to support a wife. So I'm like, well, I don't. He goes, here are your options. You got 3. You either go back to college, get a degree, join the military, or get into a trade. And I did not want to join the military just because I grew up in the military.
Which I would have been fine with.
Yep. And then I definitely did not want to go back to school because I cannot stand school. So I was like, all right, well, I'll take the trade route, I guess. And so my dad had a really good friend of his that he went to church with who had a small plumbing company at the time and called me up when we were living in Sacramento and said, hey, I got, when can you start? And we talked about it, and we just I think that was like the first big decision, like now that we're talking about it, that we made together where we're like, okay, nobody's up here for us. We need to, let's at least go where somebody's family is.
Yeah.
And so I accept the job. He's like, you can start in February. So we moved. My dad drove a U-Haul up with the trailer so we could tow one of the cars back. Remember we had those 2 cats that we had?
Yeah.
That we ended up putting in the car that was on the trailer and towed that back and moved down.
Wait, wasn't one of them called like Fraidy Cat?
Fraidy Cat.
It was orange, right?
Yep.
Orange and white.
Yep, Fraidy Cat. It was afraid of everything. That freaking cat was afraid of its shadow.
What was the girl's name?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I don't remember.
Yeah. I didn't even think about them until just this moment.
Fraidy Cat. I do remember Fraidy Cat. Fraidy Cat. Yeah.
And that started our life in Southern California.
Yep.
And we've been here Michael's 24, so 23 years, 22 and a half.
Yeah, because I think
Something like
you
that.
got pregnant with our first child, Michael, I think my first year in the trades.
Probably. I mean, it was still in our first apartment. So we lived with your parents for a while, and then we finally found an apartment that was cheap enough for us to rent. It was like $800.
Yes.
For
in
one
Southern
bedroom.
California.
For a 1-bedroom.
That's someone's utility bill now.
Yep. And then it didn't have a washer and dryer or anything. It was like bare bones. It was a step up from where we came from in Carmichael, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Agreed.
And
it was like the Taj Mahal to us. Remember,
yeah.
it had brand new carpeting. It was painted. And
Yeah.
we're like, oh my gosh, this place is amazing.
Yeah. And then once Michael came along, we moved to a 2-bedroom and paid like $950. That was the upgrade.
Upstairs.
Yeah, moved upstairs.
Oh my gosh, thinking back then how much of a stretch that was. Because I think when I started working at my first job, I think I was making $8 an hour.
Yeah, $8.50.
Yeah.
Yeah, because minimum wage was like $5.25, which is what you were making at the mall, and then you got a raise to $8.50 working. As a plumber.
And I just remembered the first week. I just hated.
Oh, I will never forget you coming. You went to work in Vans, like skater Vans.
Yeah.
Baggy jeans.
Well, truth be told, like I got a job as a plumber, a plumbing apprentice. So I had, like, when I thought of plumbing, I literally thought of like leaky faucets and
toilets. Yeah.
I had no clue. Like I remember walking into my first job site and seeing, who later became one of my friends, my friend Rory, working, and I'm like looking at this wall and looking at all of this plumbing inside the wall, and it was like discovering plutonium. I'm like, I had no idea that all this went into plumbing.
Yeah, well, because that was like underground and construction plumbing. It wasn't like calling the Roto-Rooter.
Yeah, which, by the way, is not plumbing, it's drain cleaning.
Whatever, you know what I mean?
Actual plumbers don't like being called in that classification, just FYI.
Sorry to all the plumbers out there.
Yeah.
Miscategorized you.
Yep. But it...
And you got home and you threw your... We were living with your parents in a bedroom, and you took your shoes off, and I was like, oh my gosh, how was it? You're like, I'm not fucking doing that for the rest of my life. I hated that.
Oh.
I fucking swept floors all day.
No, I didn't sweep floors. I literally moved... My first week, I literally moved a giant mound of dirt.
Yeah, that's what it was.
From one end of the job site to another.
Yeah.
And I did that for a
with a wheelbarrow?
Yes.
Yeah, shovel and a wheelbarrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was...
So you had dirt in your shoes everywhere.
I mean, it was
you
like...
were so miserable.
Those lunch and breaks couldn't come fast enough. Like,
Yeah.
I hated it. And then I just remember, I'm like, I'm not doing this, blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing this. This is blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it was...
Well, because you were in a nice, cushy, air-conditioned mall at that point. Like, that was a big shock.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I imagine, yeah. But who would have thought you to be a plumber? Still, own your own business, CEO.
I know. And now...
and it's been how long? 25 years?
It'll be...
No, I guess less than that. As long as Michael is born, so same. Since you were moved here, it's 23, 24.
Are we doing math again?
No, we're not.
I've been doing it for 25 years. I'm in my 26th year right now.
No, we've only been married 25 years.
Honey, we are getting ready to celebrate our 26th wedding
Okay,
anniversary.
whatever. Well,
So I'm in
whatever.
my 26th.
okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Congratulations. You are the plumber.
Yep.
Yeah, you've done a great job. Like,
Oh, I
you've
know.
done a great job building our life because, as you know, we're sitting outside on our patio. We have a beautiful home.
Oh, I
still
tell
in
people-
Southern California.
I tell people all the time that I've like I couldn't have ever imagined our lives like this.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Yeah, I mean, bonus time. And look, I'm
The bottom. Now the whole team fucking here. Something like that.
What song is that?
I don't know. We'll close it out with that song. How about that? Keep going.
I don't even know what song that is.
I know. It's
Well,
okay.
That's how old I am.
I know.
We're getting the
Morgan Wallen doesn't sing it.
whatever.
Green Day doesn't sing it either.
All right. So next podcast we'll talk about kids,
Maybe.
maybe, or do you want to go into some other stuff and then mix in our story amongst the others?
We could talk about kids. We could talk about parenting. That'd be a fun one.
Yeah.
How awesome it's been. No, it's been great. We've got 2 kids and
Yeah.
a grandbaby.
Yep. We get to
Crazy.
do these porch parties all the time.
Yeah, so we'll talk about kids and then we'll offer our top 3 advice on parenting.
We're getting the countdown right now that we're running out of time.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us today.
Yeah.
It was fun, babe.
Porch parties.
Porch party.